Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, pretty people. Welcome. Hello, you guys. Oh my gosh. So many people this morning. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Welcome. So, that's me on the screen. I thought I would share a photo with you guys so you know who the face behind the voice is. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm just gathering my supplies for today's live demo. Good morning, Andrew. Hello, welcome. Welcome, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick introduction here, especially for those of you who don't know me. So right now my photo is up on the screen. You know, it's early in the morning. I just woke up. So, quick picture of me there. Hello, Sky Gems. Good morning. Okay, guys, so quick introductions on me. That's me in the photo right there. So good morning, you guys. Good morning. My name is Rebecca. I am the co-founder and one of the main artists behind the brand, Levitt and Asher. Hello from Switzerland. Hello, Harry from Switzerland. Good morning. So my name is Rebecca Asher. I am the co-founder and creative director. So I'm the one that you'll always see on Instagram. I'm the one posting photos, hanging out, doing stories. I'm also the main artist behind the brand. So just a little quick background story on Levitt and Asher before we jump into the fun tutorial part. Just a quick background story on Levitt and Asher. The brand was started by me and my best friend after we had struggled to find jewelry that fit us. So we decided to make our own. So now we customize jewelry. I love doing custom orders. They're my favorite, especially because we can actually make jewelry to fit everyone, whether you have small ring fingers, large wrists like me, whatever it might be, we fit your needs. Hi, welcome. Hello. I'm so bad at pronouncing usernames. Let's see if I got this right. Flavangia? Hi. You guys, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. It's so bad. Oh, thank you. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, you guys just fill me with so much joy. Getting to hang out with you guys on a Sunday morning and create beautiful works of art is what life's all about, at least for me. Okay, so with that being said, that's me up on the screen. I'll go ahead and take down my photo now that we got to do a quick little introduction. So again, my name is Rebecca. I'm the creative director and the main artist behind the brand. So there we go. Oh, from Brazil, how cool. You guys, I'm originally from Germany, actually. So I was born here in the United States, but I grew up in Germany. My mother is German. So I've always had an accent from growing up in Germany, and English was never my forte. So I'm so terrible at pronouncing words, especially names. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so right now, on the table in front of me, you will see square, 18 gauge square sterling silver wire. And what I'm cutting right now is my 22 gauge half round wire. And I get all of my wire from Rio Grande. And in fact, I'm going to be working on this beautiful custom order today. Good morning, Deb. I'm going to be working on this beautiful custom pendant this morning. This is a beautiful Larimar that I'm wrapping in sterling silver. And I just wanted to give a little shout out because thanks to this beautiful custom order I'm about to do, I'm actually going to be able to purchase some more materials from Rio Grande. So I'm actually putting in a little order today. I'm running a little low on some sterling silver, so I'm going to be purchasing some today. So just like I tell you guys all the time, anything, if you guys are, I appreciate all your support. Anything you guys do to support my brand literally just goes back into me being able to create. So that's all it's about. For me, I just want to be able to keep making stuff. Okay. Oh, guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Yeah. We're gonna... My German has become so rusty. I've been living here in the States for like over 10 years, and I have no one to practice with. So I swear my German has become so rusty. But my family still lives out in Germany, so sometimes I can practice with them. Hey, good morning, you guys. Okay, so we're going to get started. I am not interested in purchasing any stones at the moment. I just went to the Tucson Gem Show, but thank you for the offer. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, I'm going to get started with today's demo. So I just want to give a little, oh boy, I'm tripping on my words. You guys, did I ever tell you I'm not very good at multitasking? Anyways, just to give you guys a little quick clip about what today will be. So this is a live demo. It's not meant to be a tutorial, but I love explaining all the steps to you guys. I hope that what I'm doing today is useful and helpful to all of you. I hope it inspires you to make your own beautiful works of art. You can always ask me where I get my supplies from, what it is that I'm doing. This is my chance to interact with you guys. I love going live because I would be sitting here in my kitchen working on jewelry regardless, so why not get to hang out with you guys at the same time? So I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I'm making this beautiful pendant, but what I really like the demos to be is an opportunity to interact with you guys. So again, please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Everything is an open book. If you want to ask me about my brand, Levitt and Asher, if you want to ask me about the life of being a wire wrapper, if you want to ask me about being a teacher, because for you who don't know, I'm actually a teacher during the day. So I do teach, I teach at a special school for students that need a little extra help, a little extra love. So I'm actually a teacher during the day, and then this is what I like to do when I'm not teaching. So again, any questions you have, just let me know. So I'm not sure where you can get square wire in India, unfortunately. I would go check Rio Grande and see if they do international shipping. That's just where I get all my wire. Amazon does have some wire. I'm a little hesitant to purchase sterling silver from Amazon, but if you're looking for like copper wire, Amazon's a great option. Okay, so right now I'm just taking my half round, 22 gauge half round wire, and I'm using it to keep my base wires together. So I'm using it to keep all of these 18 gauge base wires together. And then these are my absolute favorite tool. These are my nylon pliers. I use my nylon pliers for everything. They just help to smooth out the wires and just keep everything kind of looking nice. I go through so many of these pliers, and they're pretty cheap on Amazon. Good evening, Caroline. Good evening. Good evening, you guys. It's so cool that you guys can join me from like all over the world. I know it's morning here in the United States, but what time is it by you? Okay, so this is my dowel set. This is another tool that I just absolutely love for wire wrapping. This is from Beadsmith as well. A lot of my tools and stuff are from Beadsmith. Again, I got this on Amazon for like $12, so I highly recommend it. They're just different sized wooden dowels. And as you can see, I pulled one that's pretty similar shape to the stone I'm going to be using. Ooh, Copper in the City Designs. You're in Toronto, Canada. How cool. Afternoon already. Oh boy. It's so fun getting to learn about the different time zones. It's so cool. Okay, so all I'm doing is pressing on the part that where the wires are bound together. And very slowly, I'm going to be shaping the sterling silver to fit around my wooden dowel. Okay. And this part I like to do kind of slowly. I have to say my favorite wire to work with is actually copper. Copper is the most malleable, so easy on the hands. Sterling silver is a good second, but compared to copper, sometimes like if I've been working on copper a lot and I switch to sterling silver, I realize, oh, it's kind of like much harder. It's a much harder metal, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go a little slower. I want to make sure this piece turns out nice, and sterling silver can sometimes be very fussy. So I'm just going to take my time. 5 p.m. in the UK. Well, good evening to you guys. Thanks for joining me. You guys, the fact that you guys take time out of your busy lives, I know all of us have always something to do, especially if you're like me. There's like a pile of things always waiting for your attention. So the fact that you guys take time out of your busy days to hang out with me is just incredible. I cannot say how much I appreciate that. Okay, so good morning, guys. Good morning. So right now I've made the frame. You can see that it fits my the sterling silver frame fits my Larimar very nicely. I think I definitely want the line to go up like that. Okay. Oh, you know, I learned by watching other amazing wire wrappers and amazing artists, and I always just felt so grateful for them to share what they had learned. So I'm hoping that I'm able to give back to the community that taught me so much, and by doing these little live videos and other like reels and clips that I like to do behind the scenes. So I thank you. It really means a lot to me when you guys that you guys get something out of these videos. I love making them. And again, like I said, anything, if you support my page or my Instagram or any support that you guys can give me, whether it's purchasing my jewelry or just leaving me some nice comments or sharing my videos, anything you guys can do just helps me to keep creating, because that's all I want to do. I just want to be able to keep making art. Ooh, pretty late at night there in India. Oh, thank you. Okay, so as you guys saw, I just pulled the 2 front wires out. So I actually made a 4-wire base. So there's 4 sterling silver wires here. I do plan to put this live up on my Instagram TV. So I do plan to do it. Let's hope it turns out nice so I can do that. Okay, so these, I pulled out the 2 front wires. I pulled them out a little bit to the side, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to trim them. I always like having extra wire, even though at the end I wound up with extra. But the cool thing about having extra wire, at least when it's sterling silver like this, is I turn them into earrings and or other things. So I never waste my sterling silver. That's definitely going to get used. Okay, so you can see that I cut down these 2 front wires. I cut them down, and now I'm going to use my twisty tool. I have no clue what this thing is called. If you look on Amazon for wire twister, I feel like you'll find it. If you guys are interested in this particular tool, I can help you find it on Amazon. I just never remember what it's called. But it's the coolest thing ever. You can also get them at hardware stores. So if you go to any hardware stores, they should have this too. And it's a really cool device. All you have to do, you just feed one end of the wire through and kind of tighten it. And it just helps you make twist square wire. So there we go. That's the cool thing about working with square wire instead of working with round wire, is that with square wire you have this option of twisting the wire and getting this little getting this kind of cool design. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick. We're gonna take a quick pause here on the project. I want to show you guys what the inspiration behind this piece is. So the piece that I am attempting to make right now is going to be, or is inspired by, another design that I made, which I want to show you guys so you can kind of see where I'm coming from with this. There we go. So that's the piece that's that I designed a little while ago, and it was fortunate enough to find its forever home, which I'm so grateful at the person who adopted this piece. I hope they're loving every minute of it. But that's the inspiration piece. So that's where I'm coming from with this piece. So you guys can see I made my twisted wires because I plan to put them at the front. Okay, so now with the twisted wires, I'm reshaping them. There we go. So I'm really gonna hug them around the dowel. And this is going to cause like a little like circle in the front. I'm just going to frame it. Ooh. So I'm just going to play around with the shape of these front wires until I like them. And again, that's just serving as inspiration for this piece. I can never make 2 pieces exactly the same, and I wouldn't want to anyways. So of course this Larimar piece is going to have its own unique flair. But that's the inspiration, at least. Okay, so I kind of like the way that is. So I'm going to leave my twisted wires. Good morning, Corbin. Nice to see you. I love it when I get to see familiar faces on here. It's so cool, you guys. I love getting to hang out with you. Okay. Oh, a Pinwise. It sure is. Thank you, Cherie's Bead World. Yes, this tool is called a Pinwise, guys. Oh, thank you. You guys are amazing. Always saving me in the comments. See, that's why I need you pretty people in my life. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and create the bail. So I'm going to put a little bend in my wires, and I just kind of straighten my wires out. So I kind of take them and I straighten them out, and then I'm going to see if I like where they bent at. Put them together. Making the frame is always the most time-consuming part. And again, like I said, sometimes sterling silver is a very stubborn metal. Like, copper can be so forgiving. And, I mean, of course, sterling silver is pretty good. Like, it's a soft metal. Like, I'm not here to complain about it. But compared to copper, and especially compared to gold, like if you're working with 14 karat gold, that's like my dream metal. It's so soft and malleable. But copper's a little springy. I mean, sterling silver's a little springy, so we gotta just give it a minute. Aww. So this is actually dead soft. I never use half hard wire. I think half hard is used for other jewelry making techniques, maybe metalsmithing. Anyone here who's a metalsmither, maybe you can speak to half hard. Half hard is the other hardness of metal that I have seen. Rio Grande offers it. I never purchase it. I always purchase dead soft wire. And even when I purchase dead soft, like if you, like all my copper is dead soft. Oops, sorry guys, I'm out of focus. All my copper wire is like dead soft, and every wire I purchase is dead soft. But when you compare dead soft sterling to dead soft copper, it's far more springy. But it's just a different type of metal, different consistency. Okay, so I'm just tucking my wire in because I'm about to start making the bail to my frame. So I just need to get a good anchor. This is where I anchor my wire before I start making the bail. So that's always what I do there, is just anchor it. And then nylon pliers to the rescue to try to get any little kinks out. There we go. Okay, and then I'm always checking to make sure that it still fits my stone nicely. Okay. And now I'm going to bind these two sections together. So today's demo might be a little longer than normal. This piece is, like I said, this is a special custom piece, so I do want it to turn out really, really nice. I'm going to be taking my time. I understand you guys have really, really busy lives, so of course if you're not able to stay the whole time, because this might take up to an hour. It just kind of depends on how much this metal is going to behave for me today. But I understand if you guys cannot stay for the entire live, I will try to go ahead and post this video today on my Instagram, on my Instagram TV. So hopefully you guys might have a chance to see it there if you can't stay for the conclusion. Okay. So, and awesome, please keep asking me questions, you guys. That's my favorite part of doing this. Again, like I would just be sitting here in my little kitchen studio making stuff anyways. So it's nice to be able to interact with you guys. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the wires like lined up here. I started off making jewelry with craft wire. I still have a very nice selection of craft wire. Craft wire is what I use for plated projects. So the reason I don't use it anymore for jewelry, or in a rare occasion I'll use it, is because craft wire, plated wire, so like silver plated or gold plated, it's a great alternative. It's awesome if you're practicing. I mean, I still use it for certain things, but once that wire starts to tarnish, or if it ever chips off, if like the plating ever chips off, you see the bare core wire under it, which is a base wire, and it just, the color clashes. And I've just noticed that some of my pieces that can sit in inventory a little longer, I prefer pieces to be able to come back to their full potential. So like with sterling silver, sorry, I'm just trying to work out the little kink I put in my wire. So with sterling silver, if it tarnishes, which it will, right, especially here for me in Arizona, thanks to the weather here. Hey, Mo! Hey! Hope you're doing good. Aw, thank you, Andrew. Sorry. Yes, so especially with the weather here in Arizona, metals seem to tarnish like crazy. So since they do change color on me, I like to be able to put the color back if necessary. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so with sterling silver, once it inevitably tarnishes, which it will, it's so easy to polish back. You can buy special polishing cloths, you can use like home remedies, but you can get it to be this shiny again. If this was a silver plated project and it ever tarnishes, which it will, at least for me here in Arizona, everything tarnishes. Even though craft wire is tarnish proof, it still will tarnish for me here in Arizona. So it just depends on the climate of where you live. But so I like to have the option of getting the metal back to what I intended it to be, and you can't do that with craft wire. Now, when do I use craft wire? I'll use it for certain projects. For example, I make wire wrapped keychains, which are a nice budget friendly option, and there I will use gold or silver plated wire because keychains take a little more roughness, right? We want them to be able to hold up in a purse or whatever, wherever you're putting your keychain. So that's when I would use plated wire but for my jewelry pieces, I prefer to use real brass. So I use bare copper wire, real bare brass wire, sterling silver, gold, and rose gold filled, which all of these are pure metals and can be brought back to their original state. Okay, so right now I'm just making the bail. So I'm going to just be taking my half round wire and twisting it as far up as it goes on the bail. And I do want to keep checking. Good, we still fit. So it's so cool that you guys come out on your busy days and hang out with me. This is just amazing. I love it. Fills me with so much joy. So my workspace, I'll have to give you guys like a studio tour sometime, but really it's just my dining room. So attached to my kitchen is like a little nook that's supposed to be a dining room that's totally been converted into my work studio. And then my boyfriend also is a guest artist for our brand. He does metalsmithing every now and then. And so our balcony in our house is a metalsmithing studio. So outside is all the equipment needed to metalsmith because it gets there's a lot of chemicals and it gets really warm with the fire. So we keep it all outside. So we just kind of make do. So we're totally living out of our house right now. If you ever came to visit, it's basically like work studio. Okay. So just making sure. Oh, that still pokes a little. I want to make sure I have no pokey edges. Okay. Perfect. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. So nice to see so many people. Good morning, you guys. Okay, so I just finished wrapping this. So this is going to be my bail part. And it's still poking me, so I want to make sure that's... Why is this still poking? Okay. So these cutters I'm using, these are my fine cutters. This is what I use for any fine cutting I need to do. There we go. That should get rid of it. And then I have these cutters. These are for the bigger base wires. So I've just been collecting tools over the years. When I first started wire wrapping, I just picked up a kit from Michael's that had the three main wires, and that was perfect. That was everything I needed to start wire wrapping. So if you guys are new or you are beginners and you don't want to invest tons of money into tools, which I don't recommend you do at the beginning, go to Michael's. I think the kit's under $20. It definitely gave you everything you needed. It was great. I used it for a good year before I started to upgrade my equipment. Okay. So now you can see I just made my bail. I'm going to try and straighten it. Make sure everything's kind of straight. So I'm going to straighten it. I just made my bail. I'm going to push my wires through now. So I'm going to kind of move those twisted wires out of the way. And now I need to secure the bail. Oh no. I was going to add some beads to the bail. Hey, Stacy. Sure, yeah. These pliers I'm using right now are nylon pliers. And I get them on Amazon. These ones were definitely around $10 or under $20. These are bail making pliers. So they just have different loop sizes. You can use them for making bails, jump rings, things like that. All of this is Beadsmith. All of my tools are from Beadsmith. So if you just go on to Amazon and you look up for Beadsmith, you'll see their selection of tools. And that's just the brand I recommend. I know there's like there are different brands. I've been eyeballing a new pair of pliers, an ergonomic pair of pliers, but we'll see. Okay, so I really wanted to add beads. Okay, I'm just pushing this part out of the way. I did want to add beads to the bail here. So I'm going to improvise and add the beads somewhere else since I totally forgot to do that. Oh boy. Okay. I have these cute little beads that I'm adding on. So I'll find a spot for them. I swear, you guys, I'm not very good at multitasking. Like, trying to do this and hold a conversation, it's so bad. Okay, so right now, I am just attaching the bail to the frame to make sure that the bail stays and doesn't go anywhere. So all I have to do is put my wires in. There we go. Okay. And see, whenever I'm doing the thicker wires, I use my bigger pliers. And then the other cutters. Oh my gosh. You guys, I can't do this and talk today, apparently. Hey, it's a Sunday morning. Do I get a pass because it's Sunday morning? It is. It's Sunday morning, right? Okay, so I'm just pressing that down, making sure there's no pointed edges, which is looking good. Okay, so there we go. I've attached the bail. Oh, yay, Stacy. I'm so glad. Definitely, if you're in the United States, I would go check out Michael's. Michael's actually just added a new section for wire wrapping, which I was just a little stunned. I actually picked up one of their cabochons that they had there, a donut-shaped one that I'm going to, like, kind of play around with. But go to Michael's, guys. Michael's is an excellent resource for beginning. They have everything you need to start out, and they have really nice craft wire. Because you should, if you're starting out, practice on the more affordable stuff. That's definitely how I started. Okay. So now I'm going to add this part to the frame. So this is going to keep the stone in. So I just want to make sure that it's kind of looks the way I want it to. Okay. A lot of this is just adjusting it. Hello, welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little squeeze. And just keep seeing if it's, oh, nope. See how that just moved on me? Nope. Okay, I want this to be centered. There we go. And actually, to help with the shape of that inside piece, this one's always falling out. I'm going to grab the one smaller dowel. Oh, thank you, Mowlstone. So I'm going to grab the one smaller dowel and kind of shape it, like, tug it on that for a little bit. That should kind of help get the shape I want. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is attach this twisted part to the frame. Oh, thank you, Dolman Collection. Oh, you guys are so kind. I'm so glad you guys enjoy this. Like I said, I would be sitting here doing this anyways, and I know that from myself, I love, and I'm actually going to cut these smaller now because we don't need this much wire. I love watching other artists. That's how I started. I basically watched every YouTube video I could. I would recommend Exonacraft. She taught me so much from her YouTube videos. So if you are starting off, I recommend Exonacraft for full-length tutorials. She always has the nicest, like, beginner-friendly tutorials. She's on Instagram as well, and she's just an amazing person. I've had the pleasure of interacting with her, and she's just wonderful. I definitely would go check out her YouTube stuff, especially if you're a beginner. So, since, you know, this is how I started, was just absorbing as much as I could from other people who were willing to share their craft. And so I feel like I would love to give that back because that's what helped me, and so I'm glad to be able to share that with you guys. Okay, so all I'm doing now is attaching it. But there we go. Got to make sure there's no poking sides. And then this piece came a little short. Let's try to get this over. There we go. I have to say, guys, sometimes when I'm really involved in a piece, I got bad eyes, and so I want to get so close to it. So I apologize if the camera angles aren't ideal. There we go. Sweet. I would say definitely go check out the YouTube videos. There's so many. If you just put in wire wrapping on YouTube, there's so many really good ones. That's where I began my journey. That's definitely what I would recommend. Okay, so now it's time to put the stone in. So now I'm going to flip it over. It shouldn't go out the front because we made the circle smaller, so it shouldn't go out the front. And in the back, I can just push the last 2 wires right onto the back of my stone like this. Now you can see it's forming a funny gap there. And we're going to get rid of that by just applying pressure and moving it on the table. So we're just going to apply some pressure. And we're going to get it to really fit nicely in its frame. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to push these in a little bit. Okay. Good. So the stone won't come out, but you can see it's kind of loose still. So see how it's like moving? I don't like that. I always like to make sure my stones are in there very securely. So I'm just going to go off camera for just a quick second because I need the harder surface next to me. There's like a little shelf next to me, and I kind of need to press it on that harder surface. But I'm just doing the same motions you saw. I'm just pressing down on the stone and just rounding it, trying to get it to really fit inside the frame. So I don't like it's being so loose. Okay, so we can definitely tighten it up a bit with some of the extra wires we still have left. And then I'm also going to try to okay. So a lot of this like tightening up a stone in the frame is just a lot of like pinching here, pinching there, trying this, trying that, seeing what helps. I'm going to get my nylon pliers and just apply pressure everywhere. Okay, so it's still a little loose, but hopefully it'll tighten up as we start to make other pieces of it. I'm also going to spread these 2 wires out just a little bit, give it a little more room there. Okay, and we can squeeze it in. Oops. See, sometimes I do such funny angles that I forget to stay on camera. Okay. There we go. Yes, so these are needle nose pliers. Good, Marla. Yeah, nice eye. Yes, these are called needle nose pliers, and they're the only ones not from Beadsmith. They're from this brand, Xuron, Xuron. I highly recommend these. Again, these weren't like, they were affordable, I'd say, and they're definitely like my go-to tool. So I have to use them on every project because they, especially with wire wrapping, they just get inside those little crevices. Of course, yes, have a wonderful day. Thank you. Yes, like I said, you guys, I'm sorry. Today's going to be a little bit of a longer tutorial, or demo. So, of course, if you guys cannot stay for the whole thing, hopefully I will be able to post this on my Instagram lives or Instagram TV so you guys can watch this at another day. There we go. So, no hard feelings if you guys need to leave. I totally understand. Okay. So I'm just tweaking it. Okay, so now I have these 4 wires that I'm going to use to make my designs. And this is now where the stones are going to come in. So these are some beautiful beads that I have that I'm going to add to this. I'm trying to see where I want to add them. Oop. And then I also want to kind of tuck that in a little. Okay. Oh, I do want this to stay. So a lot of this is just, ignore me talking to myself. You're just hearing like my inner thoughts. So like I said, a lot of these wire wrapping stuff is like just taking the time to manipulate it. This can take, sometimes I can spend hours on a piece just doing this. Like tweaking it here, tweaking it there. Because I do want this piece to come down more. Okay. And then when I do that, apparently, it gets looser. Okay. There we go. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I do want this to be in there pretty steady. Hopefully, as we make the other wires, it'll like kind of tighten this guy up a bit. Okay. So now let me pick out some gemstones. So here's what I got so far. So the stone's in there, not quite as tight as I want it to be, but hopefully once we do something with the decoration wires. Okay, so I'm adding some gemstones to this. So I have a strand of aquamarine in here, so I'm just going to pull off some aquamarine pieces. So we want some really nice blue ones, so I'm going to pick out some really nice blue pieces here. Couple of those, and then I'm actually going to pick out some white kunzite to go with it. Let's do this and this. There we go. Let me pick a more blue. Ta-da! So I'm going to use those. I think those will look cute. Okay. So these were kunzite, aquamarine, and carnelian gemstones I have. And I'm just addicted to gemstones. So I have cabochons, beads, you name it, all shapes and sizes. I just can't help myself. That's why you guys supporting my craft is supporting my gemstone addiction. Like you guys are just letting me buy more gemstones. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to attach these using some more half round wire. So I'm going to grab another piece of half round wire here. And this is what I'm going to use now to keep the beads on. So there we go. Okay. So I have my little piece here. Just make sure that's straight. And I'm going to anchor it to this first piece of sterling base wire. So just giving it a couple twists around the wire. So you just got to give it, like, I usually do 3 initial twists. Then I go in with my pliers, my needle nose pliers, and I kind of squish them down. This attaches them nicely to the square wire. And then I can use my needle nose plier to get that little extra. When I'm using sterling silver, I prefer to try to use all the wire that I can, because sterling silver is not cheap, my friends, so I never want to waste anything. That's why even when I cut off little pieces, I keep scrap metal always, because you never know when you can either use it or I can sell it back to some places. So I always try to be conscious of sterling silver and gold, because they are not cheap. Okay. So there we go. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just pinching down, securing all those wires. Hello, welcome, welcome. Okay. So now that I have the wire where I want it, I just have to string on my beads. And usually I'm doing this really close up because I've got such terrible eyes. Okay, so I'm actually going to string them all and then attach them. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So right now I'm just in the middle of making this Larimar sterling silver pendant. This is for someone very, very special to me. So I'm very excited to be making it. Hopefully they get to see their finished creation today. That's what I'm hoping. So again, like this tutorial is this demo is gonna take a little longer than normal, just because this is a special piece, sterling silver. We want to make sure everything goes right and looks the best that it can. Okay, so here we go. I strung those on. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach them. I'm going to push this back as far as it goes so it's like secure in there. There we go. And then I'm going to kind of hold them right against the base wire. And we're going to secure them on. Okay. Nope. Got to make sure we got the flat edge. Okay. Going around. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to give it a couple of twists. Those are Marlena. Nice. I love it. You guys know your gemstones. Yes. So the little tiny ones are 3 millimeters and these are 4 millimeters. I love tiny little gemstones like this as accent stones. I like to use them a lot. So I'm a big fan of collecting these as accent stones and kind of just using them in pieces. I found that 5 millimeters can sometimes actually go onto the wire itself. It just depends how big the hole is that's drilled in them. Okay, so we're just securing everything on here, giving it all the nice twists until the wire is used up, and then I'm just going to make sure everything's nicely pressed down. These gemstones aren't going anywhere. Okay. And I can push it out a little. We can change the location of it. Okay. So now I'm going to start making the design. So I'm actually going to take this one. We're going to wrap it on. So, there we go. Perfect. So I'm actually going to keep it like right like this. And I kind of like how it's doing this shape right now with the beads. Okay. So I'm going to cut the extra part off. And we're just going to attach this to our frame. Just going to find a spare little hole in there and just kind of coax the wire through it. Okay. And then just press it down. Okay. There we go. Ow. I just pinched myself. Careful, you can hurt yourself with pliers. I cannot say how many times I have like pinched myself with wires. It's so bad. And then I'm just going to use these pliers to kind of, or these ones to kind of shape it the way I want. Okay, so there we go. That's the first piece. Oh, good. I'm so happy. I know. I intended to put them in the bale like the other one, but somehow that didn't happen. So I hope you like it. I hope this is turning out nice. Like I said, guys, sometimes, like, even if my intentions are to make something similar to another piece, I swear the stone and the metal just fights me. It's like, nope, we are not going to be a recreation. We are going to be our own unique piece. So here I am twisting this one, and I'm just going to start adding these wires on for design. Whoop. And sterling silver, again, can sometimes be a little springy, so you guys can see that the sterling silver, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's definitely fighting me. There we go. It's not wanting to sit quite where I want it to, so we're just going to give it a little like, there you go. That's why sterling silver, ooh, that's nice. Okay, sterling silver is very touchy. And we just need to tuck it back in. So we're just going to tuck it into the frame here. There you go. And we're just going to make sure these are all sitting the way they're supposed to. Keep adjusting everything. And now you can see that Larimar is in there really tight. And I knew that that's basically what happens. It kind of did. I guess I'm on Creative Pilot autopilot right now, or Creative Mind autopilot. Told you guys I'm not very good at multitasking. Like when I am trying to do this and make a piece at the same time, like I'm so not good at multitasking. Apparently, as you guys can witness, because this is not what I intended, but it's turning out nice. Okay. And again, I just want to make sure I'm adjusting it. Getting all the pieces where I want it. Okay. So that stone is definitely in there now. Now I got to add some stuff over here. So when I take this wire down, it's actually, I'm going to cut it even shorter, and I'm actually going to feed it through this piece, and that's going to give some stability to that side of the pendant. So again, we're just going to be gentle with it, try to get it to cooperate. And just attaching my beautiful wires here. There we go. And the more I attach these on, the more stability it's going to give to the Larimar as well. So here I'm just making sure that these are... Oh, this is looking nice. What do we think so far? Pretty good, huh? Okay. Stone's a little bit wobbly. Okay, it's not coming out, that's for sure. Okay. And then we do want to make sure there's nothing poking us, so no pokies. Okay. The last one, I'm going to twist this last wire again. Probably use it to make a little swirl or something. Yay! I'm so glad you guys think it's turning out nice. It's so funny. Sometimes I'm so critical of my pieces, but I swear I'm just like a medium. I sometimes feel like something's just flowing through me that's just using my hands the way that it wants to. I know this sounds so funny, you guys. I might sound crazy. I think I'm crazy, but in a good way. But I swear, sometimes I feel like that. I feel like something is just using my hands, like the metal and the stone are dictating, and I'm just like a bypass. Sometimes I feel like I'm just observing the creative process happening. I know it sounds so funny, but okay. So for this one, you saw I kept most of it, giving it a little twist around here, going to secure it. Oops. Aw, you guys are kind. Thank you. I do feel like that. Especially, I feel like this piece especially is a testimony to that. I showed you guys what my plan was, and clearly something else had different intentions. Okay, now I'm going to use some round nose pliers. These are not round nose. These are round nose. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for confirming my lack of craziness. It's okay to be crazy in a good way. Let's just say I'm crazy in a good way. But at least I'm not. I really do feel like there's a certain creative process, creative energy that kind of takes over. And sometimes I feel like I have no control over it. Okay. So I'm just making this little swirl. Oh my gosh, I think that's turning out really cute. So I just want to make sure I'm placing this swirl where I really want it. Yes, I really like that swirl. Okay. Let's see. It's the swirl to my perfection liking. Okay. Let's... I'm going to go in there with this plier and just kind of give it a little tug so that lays flat. Okay. Whew. Fancy girl. Oh my gosh, I am channeling some fancy girl energy right now, aren't I? Whoo, I feel like this piece definitely was demanding some fancy taste. I know, I really like that swirl, but I want to make sure the placement of it is just right. There we go. That's where I want it. Okay. I know. Can you guys tell that this particular swirl is like taking more time than most of the pendant? This is kind of how it goes. I feel like the simplest parts take the longest. Okay. There we go. Oh, you guys are so kind. Thank you. Thank you. So here we go. Here's that finished pendant. It features a beautiful piece of Larimar, aquamarine and white kunzite. Thank you. In sterling silver. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this piece is from Miss Deb, so who's watching live right now. So let's see. This is going to, it's hers. It's supposed to go home with her for her forever home. What do we say? Do we like it? Do we like it? Oh, you guys are so kind. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, you guys, thank you. Thank you. Aw, you guys bring me so much joy. I swear, doing a custom order is absolutely my favorite thing ever, because I feel like I do get to channel a little bit of the person's energy. But along with it being the best part, it's also the most nerve-wracking, because I don't know, it just is. Because, as artists, we can be critical of ourselves sometimes. So there you go, guys. Here's that finished pendant. Thank you. I'm so glad everybody loved how it turned out. This one was definitely an adventure. It was not what I planned, but I think it came out just so beautifully. Here's the back of it. I think it's going to catch the light so pretty. And it's actually kind of cool because this is going to become part of a set. It matches with a beautiful Larimar sterling silver bracelet and Larimar earrings. And then I've got some pieces left over, so I'm going to make a couple more earrings. Maybe even make a matching Larimar ring to go with this. Better than planned, yay! I'm so glad. This one was definitely a journey. Like, you guys got to see some real life happening here. Like, this is real life. Like, sometimes we think we want something and the stone and wire dictates something else. But I love it too. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for coming out to my Instagram live. You guys, the time that you take out of your busy days to hang out with me, like, truly, that does not go unnoticed. I appreciate every second of it. Thank you so much, you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, please send me messages. I love to hear from you guys. If you guys create something, show me. I'd love to see your creations as well. Please go head over to my profile and show me some love. I think I've been recently redoing my Instagram profile. I don't know if I made the Instagram algorithm gods upset, but I've had a little bit of less engagement than normally. So if you guys go check out my posts, show it some love. Just let me know what's up. Send me any questions you might have. Otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for coming out. I'll do this again next week. I'll post a quiz so you guys can tell me what kind of creations you want me to make next time. And just thank you from the bottoms of my heart. Thank you so much. Oh, Stacey, thank you. This just brings me so much joy. So you guys have no idea how happy it makes me. But thank you for coming out today. Have a wonderful Sunday, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you all soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, pretty people. Goodbye.